Oh, I saw your RSVP and, not attending? Really, Ashley? You're seriously going to skip my wedding?
Why did you even send me an invitation? You honestly thought I'd want to watch you marry the man who cheated on me with you?
It's called being classy. I'm including everyone, even the bitter ex-wife. You're the one making it weird by turning it into drama.
No, Cindy. What's weird is you thinking we're still friends. You slept with my husband, Cindy, while we were still married.
Oh my God, not this again. I didn't steal him. If your marriage had been working, he wouldn't have looked elsewhere. Maybe take a little accountability.
Take a little accountability? Coming from the girl who's made a habit of stealing other people's boyfriends since high school? You were always accidentally dating someone's boyfriend, then acted shocked when people got upset. You flirted with Jessica's boyfriend at homecoming, hooked up with Brianna's prom date, and even lied about Melanie's. You've been doing this forever, Cindy. You just finally found one who was dumb enough to marry you.
Wow, really digging up the archives, huh? I didn't realize this was a court hearing.
It's not a court hearing, it's a pattern. And the only reason you invited me is to make yourself look innocent. You want me there so you don't have to sit in the mess you made by yourself.
Okay, wow, someone's clearly not over it. Maybe try therapy instead of lashing out at people who've moved on.
I've moved on. That's why I said no. Because I have no interest in watching two liars play house like nothing happened.
Brad isn't a liar. He's my fiancé, soon to be my husband, and we're happy. You should try being happy for us.
I was happy until you both blew up my life behind my back and acted like I was the villain for being upset.
Jeez, relax. I was just trying to be nice by inviting you. Brad thought it might help clear the air or whatever.
The only thing that needs clearing is your delusion that I'd ever show up to support either of you after what you did.
Well, you know what it looks like from the outside. It looks like you're bitter and lonely. Like you can't stand the idea that we won.
You didn't win, Cindy. You got a man who cheats, lies, and sneaks around. That's not a win, that's a warning sign.
At least I'm not still clinging to the past. You really need to let it go and find something to do with your time.
I do have something to do with my time. A job I actually earned, responsibilities I take seriously, and a future I'm proud of. Unlike some people, I don't build my life out of someone else's leftovers and call it an upgrade.
Oh, here we go, Miss Hard-Working Career Woman. We get it, Ashley. You have a job. You probably schedule your emotions in Outlook.
I'd rather schedule my emotions than spend my life blowing up other people's just to feel important.
You really don't have to be so cold. I extended an olive branch and you basically lit it on fire.
You didn't send me an olive branch. You sent me a glitter-covered invitation to the wedding of my ex-husband and my ex-best friend. There's no peace offering in that, just arrogance. You and Brad deserve each other. Just don't expect me to clap while the ship sinks.
Fine, be that way. Don't say I didn't try to be the bigger person.
You didn't try to be anything but smug. And if you really want the truth, I hope you get everything you deserve.
Okay, so I've been thinking, and I feel like maybe we got off on the wrong foot with that whole RSVP thing. I know you're still mad, but honestly, I think this could be a healing moment for everyone if you just showed up. In fact, Brad and I were talking, and we actually think it would be so perfect if you gave a little speech.
A speech? You want me to give a speech? At your wedding? To the man who cheated on me with you?
Exactly. Think of how mature it would be. Everyone would see how graceful you are. It would show you finally moved on.
You are unbelievable. This isn't about grace. It's about you wanting me there for the optics. You want people to clap for your growth.
That is so unfair. This has nothing to do with optics. It's about letting go and showing we're not enemies.
Cut the garbage. Why do you really want me there, Cindy?
Fine, you want the truth. It's because it would be iconic, me walking down the aisle in that designer gown, surrounded by luxury, and you, the ex, being classy and cool and giving a heartfelt speech. It's like the ultimate moment of power and forgiveness.
Right, forgiveness as performance. Very on brand for you.
Also, it doesn't hurt that Brad is spending $50,000 on this wedding. times what he spent on yours, by the way. The venue alone is almost 20 grand. And the ring? Custom. You should see it sparkle.
50,000? Interesting. I didn't realize Brad had that kind of money lying around.
Well, clearly he was just waiting for the right person to spend it on.
Sure. Or maybe he's just gotten really good at pretending.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just funny how someone who needed help paying rent a year ago is suddenly throwing 50 grand parties.
Maybe I'm just worth it. Ever think of that?
I think Brad's always had a way of making things look a lot shinier than they really are.
You really think I'm trying to hurt you, don't you? I'm just trying to include you because deep down, I still care.
You care about appearances. You care about control. You don't care about me. You never have. And you clearly don't know me at all.
Ugh, you're impossible. It's like no matter what I say, you twist it into some personal attack.
Because everything you say is about you. Your idea of peace is me putting on a smile while you soak up attention.
It's not attention, Ashley. It's love. It's a celebration, and you're the only one making it toxic.
No, I'm just the only one refusing to pretend your fantasy is real. You betrayed me, and now you want me to clap for it?
People would respect you more if you could just be the bigger person.
People already respect me, Cindy, because I don't fake forgiveness to look good in group photos.
Brad said you'd pull this. He said you'd make everything about you and refuse to let go.
Funny, he made everything about himself when he walked out of our marriage and straight into yours. Enjoy him.
Wow, I was offering you a moment to show grace and closure, but I guess you're too bitter to see the opportunity.
You're not offering grace, you're offering humiliation dressed in pastels. I'm not giving a speech, I'm not coming to your wedding, and I'm not pretending.
You'll regret this. One day when you're old and alone, you'll wish you had made peace while you had the chance.
If peace means standing in a room full of people clapping for a lie, I'll take solitude. Happily.
What the hell, Ashley? Where is everybody? You didn't seriously convince our entire friend group to skip my wedding, did you?
No, Cindy, I didn't need to convince anyone. People just made their own choice, and none of them chose you.
Oh, please. You've been poisoning people against me for years. Don't act innocent. I know you've been talking trash behind my back.
You're giving me way too much credit. You burned every one of those bridges on your own. I just stayed out of the smoke.
This is insane. Not a single person from high school came. Not one. They were supposed to be here. I invited everyone. I even told the caterer to prepare for all of them. You know how expensive that was?
Maybe check a calendar, Cindy, or a group chat. It's the 10-year reunion tonight. Everyone's there. That's where they are.
Wait, what? You're telling me they scheduled the reunion on the same night as my wedding?
No, they scheduled the reunion. You scheduled your wedding without knowing because nobody thought you'd be invited anyway.
You've got to be kidding. You're saying I wasn't even invited to my own reunion?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You're not on the list. No one thought you'd be missed. And guess what? You weren't.
Unbelievable. So they just, left me out? Without even saying anything after all the years I spent hanging out with them?
Years you spent stealing their boyfriends, starting drama, and acting like you were the main character in everyone else's life? Yeah, that caught up to you.
Oh my God, seriously? Everyone is still mad about stupid high school drama? That was a decade ago. We were kids.
And you haven't changed a bit. That's the problem. You're still the same girl who treats people like trash and expects praise.
Okay, wow, so you're all just fake. Smiling to my face, pretending we're cool, and then ghosting me the second I do something real?
No one ghosted you. They just stopped pretending. You finally saw what life looks like when people stop covering for your messes.
Unreal. I bet you're loving this. Sitting there in your boring little job while I have a designer gown and a luxury venue.
The difference is my life is built on trust and hard work. Yours is built on stolen men and hollow Instagram captions.
Please, your life is just spreadsheets and takeout. I've got a custom ring, a $50,000 wedding, and a new last name. I even upgraded the menu just in case the reunion crowd showed up. They were supposed to be part of this.
And still nobody showed up.
You think this is funny? You think it's fun watching me throw money away on Wagyu sliders and truffle risotto for ghosts?
You needed it so badly you begged me to give a speech. Don't pretend you weren't counting on applause to make it all feel real.
You know what? Let them rot at that stupid reunion. You think I care that a bunch of nobodies are eating shrimp in a banquet hall?
It's actually a rooftop downtown. Full bar, gourmet catering, packed guest list. I'm here right now, actually. It's lovely.
Oh, so now you're bragging? Wow, Ashley, classy.
I'm not bragging, I'm just answering your question. You asked where everyone was, I gave you the truth.
Screw the truth. You people were never real friends. All you ever did was judge me because I was hotter and had more confidence.
We didn't judge you because you were pretty, Cindy. We judged you because you were cruel, competitive, and couldn't stop betraying people.
Whatever. This is all fake. You're all fake. I bet the whole thing is a setup just to make me feel left out.
No setup required. You did that part all on your own.
You've got to be kidding me. Tell me this is some prank. Those photos from the reunion, they can't be real. Tell me it's fake.
They're absolutely real. Tyson proposed last month. We decided to share the news at the reunion. Everyone was genuinely happy for us.
You're engaged to Tyson Banks? Are you freaking serious? He was supposed to be mine.
No, he wasn't. You had a crush, a loud, obsessive, one-sided crush. That doesn't make him yours. It just makes you persistent.
Everyone knew I liked him. I posted about him constantly. I wrote his name all over my binders. That was my dream guy.
And he never once showed interest. You chased a fantasy, meanwhile Tyson and I got to know each other like adults. Quietly, respectfully, and with actual connection.
So what, you just slide in behind my back while I was planning a wedding? You seriously can't let me have anything, can you?
Cindy, the only thing you had was someone else's husband and a Pinterest board. Don't act like you built something worth defending.
He's not even your type. Tyson is adventurous and fun, and you're just organized and uptight and beige.
He likes stability, loyalty, integrity. He's not interested in drama queens with zero impulse control and a 10-year trail of ex-friends.
I'm divorcing Brad right now. He's a mess anyway. I'm done wasting time. I am going after Tyson. He's going to see this.
That's bold, considering Tyson already knows about your entire track record and wants nothing to do with you.
You told him lies about me?
I didn't need to lie. I just answered his questions. Turns out, slept with my best friend's husband speaks for itself.
I can't believe this. First you ruined my wedding, now you're sabotaging my future? You are obsessed with tearing me down.
You're doing that just fine on your own, but since you brought up Brad, you might want to look at his financials.
He said he had savings. He told me he was waiting to use them on something meaningful, like our wedding.
That something meaningful apparently also included a last-minute loan, taken out in your name, by the way.
What?
I heard from someone at the bank. He applied for credit using your joint information. I guess you didn't read the fine print when you signed the registry forms.
He wouldn't do that. You're lying. That's illegal.
So is lying on loan applications, and yet, here we are. I suggest checking your credit score soon.
This is insane. You don't know anything. We just booked a luxury honeymoon. He bought me a Louis bag. None of that screams broke.
Brad has maxed out 3 credit cards in the last 6 months. He borrowed $5,000 from a mutual friend and said he was 3 months behind on rent.
No, you're just saying this to ruin things for me. You're bitter and jealous and making things up to feel powerful.
I'm not bitter. I'm free. Which is more than I can say for you, tied to a man whose whole image is fake, and whose debt is now halfway attached to your name.
You think you're so smart just because your life is quiet and boring? Well, guess what? I'd rather be dramatic than invisible.
And I'd rather be invisible than bankrupt, married to a fraud, and alone in a banquet hall with 80 untouched Wagyu sliders.
Ashley, you have to help me, please. I know things got ugly between us, but this is serious. I don't know what to do.
That's a first.
I am not joking. Brad's gone. He packed a bag and disappeared. He left a note saying, "Sorry, but I had to." That's all.
And now you're surprised?
He took the rest of our cash. The honeymoon was never booked. The Louis bag, it was fake. And the wedding invoices, all in my name.
Sounds about right.
I'm being harassed by the caterer, the venue, the planner. They're threatening legal action. The dress isn't even paid off. I thought he handled it all.
You thought wrong.
I owe over $30,000. That doesn't even include the credit card he opened with my info. They say I co-signed. I didn't even know he used my name.
Let me guess. You didn't read anything before signing. You were too busy showing off your perfect day.
He told me not to worry. He said he had it covered, that he had investments coming in, that this was the least I deserved.
And you believed him, just like you believed you won.
You don't get it. He conned me. He used me. You were married to him. You know how charming he can be.
I do. I also know how full of crap he is. That's why I divorced him. That's why I warned you.
No, you didn't. You were smug and cold and sarcastic, but you never actually warned me.
I told you he was a liar. I told you he was broke. You said I was bitter. That's not on me, Cindy.
You could have tried harder. You could have stopped me. You knew he would do something like this.
I tried. You laughed. You told me I was jealous. You posted smug little captions about manifesting your dreams. That wasn't a dream, Cindy. That was my trash.
I can't afford this. I can't even make rent this month. I might lose my job if this hits my credit report. I need help.
You need a lawyer or a financial advisor, or maybe both, but I'm not either of those things. And I'm done being your fallback plan.
You're really going to just sit there while my life falls apart after everything? After all those years of knowing each other?
We weren't friends, Cindy. Not really. You just used me, just like you used everyone. The only difference now is you picked someone who used you back.
I'm begging you. I don't have anyone else. You don't even have to give me money. Just help me find him. You must know something.
I don't, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I'm not going to track down my cheating ex-husband so you can scream at him for being exactly who he's always been.
Please, just call the bank. Say I didn't co-sign. Or talk to the planner. Tell them you know he misled me. Something. Anything.
You think I'm going to clean up after your mess? You thought stealing Brad would give you some kind of fairy tale? What you got was debt in a tuxedo and a disappearing act.
I thought you'd understand. I thought maybe deep down you still cared. That some part of you wouldn't want to see me ruined?
I don't want to see you ruined. I just don't want to stop you from finally facing what you are. You wanted my life, you got his lies. You can keep them.
You are heartless.
No, Cindy, I'm just finally done.
You'll regret this. When I figure it all out, when I recover from this, you'll wish you hadn't turned your back.
I didn't turn my back. I just stopped facing the wrong direction.
You're unbelievable. I hope Tyson cheats on you. I hope he walks out like Brad did. I hope you choke on your smugness.
And I hope you eventually realize that none of this happened to you. It happened because of you.
Don't you dare block me, Ashley. I swear if you block me...
Goodbye, Cindy. I didn't block Cindy to hurt her. I blocked her because I finally realized she was never going to stop dragging me backwards. Some people mistake chaos for passion and drama for love, but I'm done mistaking noise for meaning. Brad was a liar, but Cindy made a choice too. She saw what he did to me, and she still wanted to wear the ring. She thought she could outrun consequences by pretending they only belonged to other people. But eventually, the truth catches up, with all of us. I didn't destroy her life. I just didn't save it. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not interested in proving anything. I have a quiet life, a steady relationship, and people around me who don't need to be impressed, just respected. Let her chase ghosts and empty luxury if she wants. I have real love now, real peace. And nothing, not a wedding, not a grudge, not a desperate text at midnight, is ever going to shake that again. She thought she was writing the ending to my story. Turns out, she was just the cautionary footnote.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Kennedy.
What's up?
Are you having fun on your trip?
Yeah, of course. I'm really enjoying it. Just today I've gotten to visit so many places and everything's been amazing. I've never traveled like this before, so it's a whole new experience.
You left pretty early this morning, didn't you? Have you made it to your hotel?
Yeah, I'm already here. Why? What's going on?
Oh, I just wanted to chat with you for a bit. I had something on my mind.
Sure, what's it about?
Well, this is kind of a side note, but I was really surprised when you suddenly decided to go on a trip all by yourself. I mean, you said you were going to Seattle, right? That's pretty far. I was shocked that you were able to get all the way there. And I bet it cost quite a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't exactly cheap, but, I've been planning to travel more in the future, so this trip is kind of like the beginning. I've been saving up little by little for a while now. Finally, after all this time, I got to take my first big trip.
Wow, I didn't realize you'd been saving up for so long. I honestly had no idea.
Well, I invited a few friends to come along too, but they all turned me down. Even though I offered to pay for them, they said they'd only go once they could afford it on their own.
So you're saying you've got some extra money, huh? That's pretty impressive.
Hey, Jan.
Yeah?
So, what's the real reason you wanted to talk to me?
Ah, right. I guess I can get to the point now, Kennedy.
What?
Do you happen to know anything about my credit card?
Huh? What are you talking about? No, I don't know anything about it. Why are you asking me?
Well, I only realized it was missing this morning, right after you left. The night before last, I was going through my cards, and I definitely had it then. And yesterday, I forgot to bring my card holder home with me, so I left it at the house. I thought maybe you might have noticed it or seen something since you were here the whole time. I even tried calling you earlier today, but I guess you didn't get the message.
Oh, right. Well, now that you mention it. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it. I've been so caught up in sightseeing that I didn't pay attention to anything else.
Yeah, I get it. But just to make sure, you don't know anything about it, right?
No, don't. Sorry. I didn't mean to be any help.
Well, I guess that means you don't know anything about it. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Wait, what's wrong? Are you okay? You seem upset.
Honestly, I am not okay. If you didn't know anything about it, I'm wondering if I should report it to the police. I mean, if someone's using my card, it's better to act fast, right?
What? The police? Why would you call the police?
Well, that's the usual thing to do when your credit card is missing. You have to report it right away to prevent any fraudulent charges.
Oh, I don't know. Does it really need to be that serious?
Kennedy, I'm not sure you understand the gravity of losing a credit card. Since you don't have one, maybe you just don't realize how important it is.
Is it really that big of a deal?
You don't even get it, do you?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not trying to mock you. I'm just trying to explain that losing a credit card isn't something to take lightly.
Wait, I get it now. Since the card can be used to buy all sorts of things, you're worried that someone might pick it up and use it, right? You're just panicked because you don't want someone else to spend money with your card.
Exactly, and you should understand why I'm worried. If someone uses the card without permission, it's a huge problem. Wait a second, though. Are you sure you understand how credit cards actually work?
What? Of course I know how they work.
No, a credit card isn't just something you can use like cash. It's a way to buy things now and pay for them later. Do you even know what that means?
Wait, what? Can you explain it again?
Okay, listen carefully. When you use a credit card, the company pays for the purchase up front. But you're not paying right then. You have to pay the company back later. Essentially, it's like borrowing money.
Oh, so if someone uses my card, I'm the one who gets the bill later?
Yes, exactly. And that's why I'm so stressed about it. If my card gets lost, I'll be responsible for any charges made with it.
Huh, I see. But do you really have to go to the police?
Did you even hear what I just said? It's really important to report it to the police as soon as possible if someone finds and uses your card.
But we don't even know if anyone used it yet. What if you just misplaced it somewhere?
If you wait too long and someone uses the card, it's already too late to do anything about it. And you're acting really suspicious about it. Is there a reason you're so against reporting it to the police?
What are you implying? Are you accusing me of something? That's horrible, Jan.
Oh, I'm accusing you now? Well, maybe you don't realize it, but you used my card, didn't you? You knew about it all along, didn't you?
What? No, I didn't. I didn't even think about it that way.
I didn't think you would, but if you actually knew what you were doing, you'd realize how much trouble you're in.
What do you mean?
Don't act like you don't know. I can see it on your face. You know you've been using my money. And don't even try to make excuses. You took my card without asking, and now you're just playing dumb.
Well, fine. What's the big deal? It's not like you're actually losing anything. It's your cards, right? Your money is the one that's really affected.
Of course I'm affected. You're using my card for things I didn't agree to, and that's stealing. You think it's funny that you're going on a vacation and I'm the one paying for it?
It doesn't really matter to me. It's not like I'm actually losing anything. It's all your money anyway, right? You're just mad because you're not the one enjoying the trip.
That's exactly the problem. You're acting like it's no big deal. If you had any respect for me or my things, you'd never have done this. Oh, I get it now. I'm the bad guy. Fine, I'll own it, but you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. It's not like it's the end of the world. Yes, it is the end of the world, Kennedy. You don't understand the consequences. You think it's all fun and games, but when the bills come in and I'm left paying for your mistakes, you'll see how serious it really is. Whatever, I'm enjoying my vacation and you're just mad because you have to pay for it. Enjoy your life, Jan. I won't let this go, Kennedy. I am done being nice about this. I've already stopped your card. Huh? What do you mean? When a credit card is lost or stolen, they can stop it to prevent any further fraudulent charges. So the cards you're holding right now? It's completely useless. It doesn't hold any value at all. You can't use it for anything anymore. No way! Are you saying I can't use it anymore? But it's mine! You can't just take that from me! Exactly. It's no longer ours. I'm afraid you're out of luck. It's been stopped and it's void. You can't even buy a candy bar with that card anymore. Wait, hold on. This can't be real. You can't just take my card away from me like that. Oh, but I can. It's already been done. The moment you misused that card, it became useless. I wasn't going to let you keep using it when you took advantage of the situation. It's over. I've already contacted the bank and they've stopped it. You've been cut off. Oh, this can't be happening. Are you serious? I'm very serious. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you crossed the line. You think I'm going to let this slide? You've already taken advantage of me, used my trust, and now you think you can keep going? Not anymore. Wait, please, this isn't fair. You can't just leave me high and dry. What am I supposed to do now? What were you planning to do when you took the card? Use it for yourself and hope I wouldn't find out? Well, you're not going to get away with it. You didn't think about what would happen if you got caught, did you? I didn't think it through. I was desperate. I didn't think you'd find out so soon. Please, just let me have it back. I'll make it right, I promise. Just please. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it's too late for that. You had your chance, and now you're dealing with the consequences. The card is gone, and I am not going to just hand it back to you. You'll have to live with this. No, this isn't fair. This is all your fault. You're making this worse than it has to be. My fault? Are you serious right now? You're the one who stole from me. You took what wasn't yours. You took my trust and threw it away. This is all on you. If you're looking for someone to blame, you should start with yourself. No, I didn't mean to steal from you. I just needed the money. I didn't know what else to do, and I was scared of what would happen if I didn't. I didn't want to be stuck in this mess, and I thought I could fix it before you noticed. Scared? Scared of what? You thought you could fix it before I noticed? You didn't even think about the consequences of your actions, did you? You thought you could take what isn't yours and just get away with it. And now you're trying to blame me for this? I didn't know what to do. I didn't think it would go this far. Please, just don't make it worse. I'll fix it. I'll do anything. Just don't make me lose everything. Lose everything? You already did that when you decided to steal from me. Everything you had is gone because of your choices. It's all gone. Please don't tell Mom and Dad. Don't make it worse. I'm begging you. I'm sorry, really. I messed up. I know I did, and I'll make it right. Just please don't tell them. Oh, you think I'm just going to cover this up for you? Do you think I'm going to let you keep hiding what you did? I'm not your personal cleanup crew. You made this mess, and now you need to clean it up. You don't get to hide from your mistakes. I won't tell them, but it's not like I'm going to just let you off the hook. I've already made arrangements, and they know what happened. What? You've told them? No, please, you can't do this. Please don't tell them. They'll hate me. You're ruining everything. They know. I'm not going to let this slide just because you're family. I told them and we made a decision together about how we're going to deal with this. And trust me, you're not going to like it. Please don't do this. I'll work it off. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't make it worse. I'm begging you. Don't tell Mom and Dad. I can't lose everything. I already told them and the decision is made. There's no going back now, and I'm not going to let you get away with this. You're going to have to face the consequences whether you like it or not. Wait. You can't do this to me. I'm your family. You can't just leave me hanging like this. I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean I deserve to lose everything. Don't you care about me at all? I care about you, but this isn't about that. This is about what you did. You made a choice, and now you have to face it. Don't you get it? This isn't about family. It's about what's right and wrong. And what you did was wrong. I'm not going to protect you from the consequences. What am I supposed to do now? You've taken everything from me. What am I supposed to do without the card, without the money? I'm stuck here. You're going to figure it out just like everyone else does when they screw up. You don't get to hide behind your mistakes and think that everything will just magically work out. You have to face it. You have to take responsibility. I can't do this. I can't handle it. You don't understand. This is too much for me. I can't take it. You can, you will, you have to. This is the reality now. You can either face it or you can keep running from it. But either way, it's not going away. So what now? What happens to me? What do I do? I can't go back, not after everything. Well, you have two options. You can either continue down this path to try to avoid your responsibilities and end up losing everything, or you can face what you've done, take accountability for it, and try to make things right. But how am I supposed to fix this? I can't even pay for anything now. I'm stuck here without money, without a way out. You're not completely stuck. I've already talked to Mom and Dad, and we made arrangements for you. You're going to have to work hard, but you'll be able to pay for things in the end. It's going to take time, but that's the price you pay for your actions. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm strong enough for all of this. You are. You have no choice. But I'll be there to help you through it. This isn't going to be easy, but you can get through it. You just need to stop running and start facing the reality of what you did. The next day, we finally arrived in Seattle, a city known for its iconic skyline, bustling streets, and vibrant culture. It was a long-awaited trip, and the excitement was palpable among the group as we began to explore what the city had to offer. Little did we know that the day would be marked by more than just sightseeing. It would also be defined by the presence of someone who had, quite frankly, overstayed her welcome before we even arrived. She had apparently spent all her remaining money at the cafe, sitting there for hours waiting for us to show up. We had no idea she would go that far. By the time we got there, she must have been feeling pretty desperate. Honestly, it felt like she was using us to pass the time, or perhaps to gain some sympathy, hoping that we would feel bad for her situation. She was being, well, a bit of a burden. I couldn't help but think that we were dealing with more than just a friend. We were dealing with someone who didn't quite understand boundaries. From the moment we walked into the cafe, it was clear that her demeanor had shifted. She didn't greet us with the usual enthusiasm or warmth. Instead, she seemed to almost shrink into her seat, avoiding eye contact. And it became evident that she was feeling the weight of the decisions she had made. I mean, how could she not? She had spent money that wasn't hers to spend and was now reaping the consequences. Guilt and embarrassment were written all over her face. We tried to move past it and enjoy the day anyway, as we had come to Seattle for a reason, to see the sights, to experience the culture, and, most importantly, to have a good time. The day was beautiful, the weather was perfect, and the city was alive with energy. We toured some of the city's most famous landmarks, like the Space Needle and Pike Place Market, and explored the bustling neighborhoods that were full of life and history. But despite the fun we were having, there was an underlying tension, and that tension seemed to come from her, who remained quiet and distant the whole time. It was as if she didn't want to be there at all. She wasn't engaging in conversation, wasn't participating in any of the excitement that Seattle had to offer. I could see her constantly checking her phone, looking down, almost as if she was trying to escape from the situation. It wasn't lost on me that she was probably feeling the pressure of knowing that she had, in some way, mismanaged her resources, and now she was left with the uncomfortable reality that her actions were coming back to haunt her. It was hard not to feel a little awkward around her at that point, especially since we had all been excited to be there together. As the day went on, it became more and more clear that she wasn't enjoying herself. She wasn't really taking in the sights or participating in the things we were doing. Her silence was almost deafening, and I could tell that she was uncomfortable in her own skin. I almost felt bad for her. Well, I tried to feel bad for her, but at the same time, it was hard to ignore the fact that this was the result of her own choices. She had been the one who had mismanaged her money. She had been the one who had put herself in this position. And now she was the one suffering the consequences. It was like she was hoping for some kind of miracle or for someone to swoop in and save her from her predicament. It was at that point that my mother, the ever-direct and no-nonsense woman, dropped the comment that would seal the awkwardness of the day. As we were walking along trying to decide where to go next, my mother casually turned to her and, without missing a beat, said, "We don't waste money like Kennedy does." It wasn't said in a tone of anger, but it was definitely blunt and pointed. My mother's words cut through the tension in the air. and you could see the color drain from Kennedy's face. To be honest, I wasn't sure if my mother meant it to come out the way it did, but I knew my mother well enough to understand that she didn't always hold back her opinions, no matter how sharp they might be. I think she saw it as a way of calling out the issue directly, but I don't think she fully understood how much of a sting it would have. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry you couldn't come tonight. Honestly, the reunion felt kind of off without you there. People kept asking about you. Even Mrs. Keene said it didn't feel complete without you lighting up the room like you used to. Were you okay? What happened?
That's nice of you to say. I actually hurt my foot a couple days ago. Slipped on the stairs like an idiot. It's not too bad, but walking around all night didn't sound great. I figured it was better to sit it out. I'm still kind of disappointed I missed everyone.
Yeah, I get that. It was surprisingly fun. And a little unexpected, too.
What does that mean?
So, after things wrapped up, I ended up bumping into Marcus in the hotel lobby. He said he didn't want to drive back that late, so he booked a room. We talked for a while. It wasn't planned or anything, but it just sort of happened. The chemistry was intense. And, well, I stayed. I'm still here, actually. He's in the shower.
You're serious?
I didn't plan it, Lena, but the way he looked at me tonight, it felt different. And I thought you should know before someone else mentioned it.
That's thoughtful of you, though I've got to admit I didn't expect this from you.
Look, I didn't do this to hurt you, but come on. How serious were you two, really? You never even talked about him that much. Half the time I wasn't even sure you were still seeing each other.
We were figuring some things out. Not everything has to be broadcast.
I just meant you didn't seem like you really clicked. Not the way we did tonight. He needs someone who keeps up with him, someone who pushes back, not tiptoes around everything.
And you think that's you?
I know it is. I didn't hesitate. You did. That makes all the difference. I mean, come on, you saw it too, right? The way he dresses, the way he talks, that name. You can tell he comes from serious money. You really thought I wasn't going to notice that?
So that's what this was about for you. No chemistry, no feelings, just leverage.
Don't look so shocked. I'm not the only one who's tired of living like I'm stuck in someone else's leftovers. I've spent my whole life clawing just to stay one step ahead of broke. Guys like Marcus, they change that. If you're smart.
That's what you call this? Being smart? Going behind my back, sleeping with someone you knew I was seeing just because you liked his credit limit?
You act like I stole your husband. From where I'm sitting, it looks like things were already slipping between you two. You barely mentioned him. Half the time I wondered if you were even into it.
I didn't realize I needed to perform my relationship for your benefit. You know I don't air things out like that.
Whatever, I just think you need to stop acting like this is some huge betrayal. I didn't do anything you wouldn't have done if the shoe were on the other foot.
That's where you're wrong. You think this was some kind of race to the finish line, like the one who gets the guy wins? But you never stopped to ask what kind of prize you were actually chasing.
Okay, now you're just being bitter. Look, I get it. You're embarrassed. You thought you had something real, and it turned out someone else wanted him more. But don't try to rewrite it now like you're above it all.
I'm not rewriting anything. I'm just telling you this isn't going to end the way you think. And when it doesn't, I want you to remember I tried to say something.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll see. We need to talk.
Wow, didn't expect to see your name pop up again. Thought we'd closed the book on that whole thing.
Ava messaged me. She told me you spent the night together after the reunion?
Yeah, she might have mentioned that. Look, I wasn't trying to start drama. It just kind of happened. You know how nights like that go. Familiar faces, some drinks, people catch feelings.
She thinks you're serious about her. She's already talking like the two of you are some perfect match made at a 5-star hotel.
She's enthusiastic. That's not a crime. I never promised her anything. I didn't even chase her, Lena. She came to me.
And you just let it happen. Didn't bother to stop her, didn't bother to explain the part where this is all smoke and mirrors.
You're coming in hot for someone who ended things, don't you think? You walked away. Now you're mad someone else stepped in?
Don't twist this around. I walked away for a reason, and you know damn well what that reason was. You left out things, important things she clearly doesn't know either.
Look, whatever's between me and Ava is separate from whatever happened with us. Don't act like I'm some villain just because we didn't work out.
This isn't about not working out. This is about you pretending to be something you're not. With me, with her, with whoever's next.
All right, now you're just moralizing. You think I'm the only guy who's a little complicated? Nobody's perfect, Lena, least of all you.
The difference is I'm not trying to con anyone into loving me. Ava thinks you're the answer to every problem she's ever had. You're letting her believe that just like you let me.
If she wants to believe the fantasy, that's on her. I never asked her to worship me.
But you won't stop either, because it benefits you, because it buys you time. Because you're still the same manipulative parasite I walked away from.
Damn, you been rehearsing that one?
You think this is a joke? You think you're still in control? But here's what's going to happen. Either you tell her the truth, or I will.
And what truth is that exactly? Come on, Lena, say it.
You know what it is. You've known since the beginning. I gave you the chance to be decent. You failed.
Look, I'll handle it. Eventually, when things settle. No need to nuke everything overnight.
She deserves to know who she's letting into her life. And you're out of time.
I should probably feel bad about this, but I don't. Not even a little. I mean, come on, you left the door wide open. I didn't steal Marcus, Lena. You just dropped him and expected no one else to notice what a catch he was. And now, he's mine. I've got his attention, his time, his hands all over me. And you've got a swollen foot and a front row seat. Honestly, if I were you, I'd be miserable.
You're assuming I'm watching from the sidelines. I'm not. I stepped off the field entirely. And if you think you've won something, Ava, then I suggest you hold on to it tight, because you have no idea what you're really carrying.
Oh, please, don't act like you gave him up. He lost interest in you the second I showed him what confidence looks like. You weren't strong enough to keep him. Now that he's with someone who actually knows how to keep his attention, you're panicking. That's what all this vague little "you'll see" nonsense is. Panic.
No, Ava, panic is what comes later. Right now, you're just walking straight into it with your eyes wide shut.
Let me guess, you've been waiting by your phone for an update, so here it is. He got me earrings. Not just any earrings, gold, delicate, custom design. I mentioned them once, weeks ago, in a throwaway comment, and he remembered. Do you have any idea what it feels like to be seen like that? To have someone actually notice the small things without being told twice? Of course you don't. That's why you lost him.
It's impressive, the way he performs affection. Little gestures, perfectly timed surprises. He's practiced. But remembering what you like isn't the same as caring about who you are. One scratches the surface, the other requires something real. And I'm telling you now, what you're seeing isn't real.
You sound ridiculous. He bought me jewelry, not a coffin. I'm sorry you didn't get the deluxe version, but that's not my fault. I'm not the one who bored him into looking elsewhere. Maybe if you hadn't been so busy playing the quiet, mysterious act, he wouldn't have gotten tired of you.
He didn't get tired, he just got caught. And you're the next willing distraction.
We went shopping today, not just regular shopping. I am talking exclusive, no price tags kind of shopping. He took me to this boutique and said, pick anything. I told him I couldn't afford to even touch most of it, and he just laughed and said, that's not your problem anymore. I've never felt more taken care of in my life. And I've got to say, you must really hate picturing that.
No, I don't hate it. I just know what it means. Guys like Marcus don't give generously. They invest, and not in people, in reactions. The coat, the boutique, the charm, it's all part of the illusion. He builds a fantasy around you until you forget to check where the exits are.
Oh, here we go again, the tortured warning act. It's getting old. Maybe he just likes giving me nice things because I make him feel alive, not like a fixer-upper project. I make him laugh, Lena. I make him light up. You don't know what it's like because you've never actually had it. You just thought you did.
Maybe. Or maybe I just recognized what he was lighting up with wasn't fire. It was a fuse.
You know, it's actually kind of satisfying watching you squirm in this passive little way. You won't come right out and admit how much this is eating at you, but I can feel it. Every time I text you about some gift or how good he looks holding my hand, I know you're sitting there telling yourself you're above it, but you're not. You're just bitter. You thought you had him, and now I do. All of him.
You think this is about me being bitter? Ava, I'm not jealous. I'm not stewing. I'm watching a train speed toward a broken bridge, and the person in the first car is smiling like she's on vacation. You're not making me jealous. You're making me tired. Tired of warning someone who's already decided she'd rather crash than believe she's being lied to.
That's rich coming from you. You didn't walk away because you saw the truth. You walked away because he stopped pretending. You couldn't hold on to him, and now you're trying to claw back some dignity by acting like you know something I don't.
You're right. I do know something you don't. And when you finally see it for yourself, I won't be around to say, I told you so. You'll already know.
I wasn't going to message you again. Figured you'd block me eventually. But honestly, I just couldn't keep this to myself. Marcus surprised me last night with his private wine tasting at this little vineyard outside the city. Private dinner, candles, a string quartet, and the whole thing felt like it was scripted out of a dream. And I just kept thinking, damn, Lena really let this go? Like, you had him and somehow you dropped him? I mean, I get it now. You didn't know what to do with someone like him.
He does know how to set a scene, I'll give him that. Always did have a talent for dramatic gestures.
Wow, that's all you have to say? He sets a scene? No tears? No outrage? You do realize you lost your boyfriend, right? To me. I didn't steal him. You left the door wide open and I walked right in. You're really just gonna sit there acting like none of this matters to you?
What matters to me is what's true. And if you think you took something from me, Ava, you might want to wait a little longer before you start celebrating. Because you don't actually know what you've got yet.
There it is, the cryptic stuff again. You've been doing this for weeks now. The quiet superiority, the ominous little hints, and I'm sick of it. You obviously think you're sitting on some bombshell that's going to wreck me, so stop dragging it out. Just say it already.
All right. He's married.
Excuse me?
Marcus, he has a wife, not a girlfriend, not a complicated ex. A wife. They've been married for years. You're not his new beginning, you're his newest distraction.
No, that's not true. He would have told me. He talks about his future all the time, about starting over, about building something real. He's not some lying, two-faced.
He didn't tell me either, Ava. I found out by accident. And when I asked him about it, he didn't deny it. He just deflected like it was no big deal. That's how I learned how well he plays this game.
Then why didn't you say anything sooner? You let me walk right into this. You let me fall for him knowing he was someone else's husband.
Would you have listened? You called me jealous, bitter, insecure. Every time I tried to say something that didn't fit your fantasy, you mocked me. I figured you needed to see it for yourself, and now you have.
Even if everything you're saying is true, and I'm not saying it is, that doesn't erase what he and I have. Maybe you were just someone he passed the time with. Maybe what we have is what finally changed him. People evolve. Maybe I'm the one who made him stop running.
You think I didn't tell myself the same thing?
That maybe I was the reason he'd finally walk away from it all?
For a while, I believed it. I held on to the hope that I was special enough to be worth the truth. But the truth is, Marcus doesn't change. He adapts. He becomes what you need until he's gotten what he wants. Then he disappears. And he leaves you standing there wondering if any of it was ever real.
I don't believe that. I won't. He looks at me like I'm the only thing keeping him from falling apart. I've seen the way his eyes change when we're alone. He trusts me. He opens up. You can't fake what he shows me.
Yes, he can. He's had a lot of practice. He did it with me. He's done it with others. And the longer you convince yourself you're the exception, the harder the fall is going to be when you realize you're not. You keep acting like you know everything, like you've got him figured out and I'm just the next fool in line. But if you're right, why are you even talking to me? Why aren't you just letting me figure it out the hard way? Because even if you've been awful, even if you've gone out of your way to hurt me, I still wouldn't wish him on anyone, not even you. You don't get to decide what he is to me. I'm not deciding anything. I'm just showing you the cliff you're sprinting toward. Whether you stop or not, that's entirely on you. Something's wrong. I haven't heard from him in days. No texts, no calls, nothing. I thought maybe he was just overwhelmed or needed space, but now I'm getting flagged transactions on my card, thousands of yen gone. I gave him access. He said it was just for emergencies. He said he'd never use it without asking. Lena, where the hell is he? Wait, you gave him your card? Are you kidding me? Ava, what were you thinking? Did you seriously give him access to your money? I didn't think he'd take it. He said he needed it for work stuff, something about closing out an old account. I thought it was temporary. He looked me in the eye when he said he'd pay it back. Oh my God. Well, he's gone. That's what he does. He drains you dry, waits until there's nothing left, and then disappears like none of it ever happened. No explanation, no apology, just a ghost in a suit and a mess in your name. No. He wouldn't. Not like this. He cried in front of me. He told me I made him feel safe. He said he wanted to build something with me. You don't fake that. You don't cry your way through that. Yes, you do, when it works. That man could cry on command and break your heart with a hug. I fell for it too. I gave him pieces of myself I didn't even know I was offered. And when I finally pulled away, he was already looking for someone else to bleed dry. He cleaned out my savings, all of it. The rent money's gone. The boutique coat, gone. He must have taken it when I was in the shower. You gave him everything and he took it like it was owed. You wanted him so badly, Ava. Now you've got nothing but the aftermath. Marcus disappeared 3 days after Ava's bank froze her account. No goodbye, no note, just vanished. Turns out the coat he bought her was charged to a card flagged for fraud weeks earlier. By the time she realized her rent money was gone, he'd already opened 2 credit lines in her name. She went to the police, but with no formal agreement, no proof of coercion, it's a civil matter. His wife filed for divorce after a private investigator handed her enough photos to crush whatever illusion she had left. And his family? They won't even speak his name now. He drained their business accounts and left a legal disaster in his wake. They're still trying to recover what he siphoned off. As for Ava, she left the city. She said she needed a fresh start somewhere quieter. She never apologized, not that I expected her to. Some people don't say sorry until they've lost something they actually valued. Me? I'm fine. I walk with a limp now when it rains, but that passes. The kind of limp Ava has, the kind that follows you into every room, that one sticks. Some lessons don't heal clean.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Clay. Wow, it's been forever since we've talked, huh? How's Sally doing? What grade is she in now? Does she have a boyfriend? I've got so many questions to ask. We have a lot of catching up to do. I feel really bad about making you wait 10 years for me, but I wanted to let you know that I'm sorry for that. But it's all right now. I'm ready to get back together again.
Who are you?
Come on, you know who I am. I'm your ex-wife, Maria.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. I think you have the wrong number.
Clay, there's literally zero chance that you don't remember me. I'm being serious, so stop screwing with me.
I don't know what to tell you, lady. I have no idea who you are. I do seem to remember being married once. If I recall correctly, my ex-wife one day left a letter to me on the kitchen table that said, "I'm sorry, but I found my true love." It turned out she had dropped off our daughter at daycare and then up and vanished into thin air. I haven't heard anything from her since, but I've forgotten all about her. I don't even remember her name anymore.
Clay, for the last time, stop acting like a child and listen to me. I am trying to have an adult conversation here if you don't mind.
I don't know. I usually only have adult conversations with, adults. And speaking of acting like a child, I've been caring for a child the last 10 years while you've been off doing God knows what. I could have sworn I blocked your number back then. How are you even messaging me now?
Yeah, you did block me, you little baby. So I had to go out and change my phone number just so I could talk to you. That's how serious I am about this.
Well, you wasted all that time and effort. I don't want to speak with you ever again.
You're not actually still mad about what happened 10 years ago, are you? We've had 2 presidential elections since we broke up. It's time to move on. And I just apologized to you, didn't I?
If you think that a simple apology is enough to make up for what you did, you need your head examined.
Wow, some gentleman you are, talking to a lady like that. But it's all right, I'm prepared to be the bigger person, so I'll apologize again. I'm sorry, Clay.
You're a real piece of work, Maria. I mean, you're acting as if you legitimately believe that you didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong, though. It was all his fault. He came onto me so hard that I just couldn't resist. I made a simple mistake, and it could happen to anyone. So if you want to be mad at someone, be mad at him. I'm just as much of a victim as you are. He tricked me.
You know, I think you could probably skip getting your head examined and just go straight to being locked up in a mental asylum.
There you go again, emotionally abusing me.
You want to talk about emotional abuse, Maria? Okay, let's talk about it. 10 years ago, I finished work early and went home expecting to see my wife waiting for me. Instead, I found a letter saying you were running away with another guy. Then, just a few seconds later, I get a call from Sally's daycare saying you still hadn't picked her up. What sort of effect do you suppose that had on my emotions, huh?
Yeah, I know. I maybe should have done things a bit differently.
Maybe a bit? But you know what? Forget about me. I'm a man. I can take it. Sally, however, is still a young girl. She was 3 years old when her mother abandoned her, Maria. Do you have any idea how hard that was for her?
Wow, she was only 3 back then? That doesn't seem that long ago. And yeah, I guess a girl does really need her mother at that age.
If you were aware of that, then what were you thinking running away like you did?
Again, Clay, I was tricked, deceived. It wasn't my fault. Taking care of Sally was crazy stressful for me. I wasn't thinking properly. And he took advantage of my mental condition.
Even if that were true, and that's a big if, it wouldn't change the fact that you did the cruelest thing you could possibly do, both to me and to Sally.
I know that, Clay. I know. It was wrong of me to leave you and Sally behind. I realize that. And that's exactly why I'm telling you that I want to come back. Why is that so hard for you to understand?
Why is it so hard for you to understand that you're neither wanted nor needed? You only knew Sally for 3 years, and as of today, you've been gone for 10. She's gotten used to life without the mother who abandoned her when she was 3 years old.
I don't think you're taking Sally's best interests into account, Clay. What's better for a child, to have a mother or not? You've been taking care of her all by yourself these last 10 years, haven't you? That must have been really hard on you. But don't worry, I'm going to be there to help you out from now on. That would be better for you, Sally, and me.
It would have been better for all of us if you hadn't left in the first place. You're the reason she's been without her mother all these years. And above all, I have 0 interest in getting back together with you. I've had my sister here to help me out with Sally, so there's absolutely no reason for you to come back home now.
Clay, putting on this strong and stoic act is only going to hurt you and Sally. And you've been making your sister help you? Think about how much trouble you've caused her. And if you'll just take a moment to swallow your pride and think clearly, I know you'll realize what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, I do know what I should do.
Great. I just wish you wouldn't have put up so much of a fuss. You wasted all that time and effort for nothing.
I'll ask Sally what she thinks.
Huh?
If you're as concerned for her well-being as you claim, then it only makes sense to ask her directly what she wants, right? I can go and ask her what she wants right now.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. Go ahead and ask her.
Sorry to keep you waiting. There was a lot of background information to cover.
Good grief, it took you long enough. And don't give me any crap about background information. It's a really simple question. Does Sally want me to come back, yes or no? Well, let's hear it. What did Sally say?
Dad told me that he would give you my answer for me, but I was firm that I wanted to be the one to speak to you myself.
Wait, Sally? Is that really you? Oh my God! Hey there, princess. Mommy's missed you so much. I bet you've gotten a lot taller since I last saw you. I can't wait to meet you. We have so much to catch up on.
Catch up? Catching up would imply that we used to have a relationship. But that's not the case for us. We never had a relationship. I don't even know you. You're a total stranger to me. And Dad always told me to never go with strangers.
What are you talking about, sweetie? I'm not a stranger. I'm your mom.
No, you're not. I don't have a mom.
Oh, don't be silly, baby. Of course you have a mom. She's me. I'm your mom. Oh, no. I think I know what's going on here. It's him, isn't it? He's gone and told you all sorts of lies about me to try and make you hate me. Well, don't you worry one little bit, Sally. I am every bit your mom, your one and only mom. I'm not a stranger. I was there when you were born. You just don't remember me, that's all. I know it'll all come back to you once we meet up, though.
I do have memories from way back then, actually. Faint memories, but memories nonetheless. But I always thought that the woman in my memories was Aunt Stacy, the woman who always looks after me while Dad is at work. I had no idea that woman was my mom. After all, I've never called anyone mom before in my life, at least not that I can remember anyway. I really only have vivid memories from after you had already left, so you can't expect me to remember you.
Oh, Sally, I am so sorry for leaving you behind all those years ago. Every time I think about what I did to you, it makes me want to cry my eyes out. And I want to make up for that. I want to come back to you, sweetie, so please, honey, please, don't say anything like, I don't have a mom. It's like you're shoving a knife right into my heart. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, lady. I said I don't have a mom because it's the truth. I literally do not have a mom. You can disagree if you want. That's your prerogative. But the fact remains that there's nothing in my heart but an empty void where Mom used to be.
Oh, you poor little thing. You've been totally brainwashed by your dad. I don't like talking about your dad to you like this, but your dad hates me for no reason. That's why he's been telling you lies about me. And the worst part is the effect his lies are having on you. He is going out of his way to keep you from having the mom that you desperately need. So tell me, honey, what did your dad tell you about me?
Well, when I was younger, I used to ask him about where my mom was. All the other kids in my class had moms, but not me. But he only ever said, you don't have a mom, and that's okay.
I knew it. He was brainwashing you.
It's not really brainwashing, though, is it? I mean, what was he supposed to tell me as a 5-year-old girl? Well, you see, your mom had an affair with another man, and she abandoned you so she could run off with him. Something like that? So I can totally understand why he simply told me that I don't have a mom. You get it too, right?
Oh, well, sure, I guess I can understand that. Yeah, when you put it that way, you're right. It's not too easy to talk to kids about affairs and stuff. Okay, I can see your point there.
I'm glad we're on the same page so far. And I can admit that you have a point too about kids needing their moms. Back when I was in the 4th and 5th grade, the other kids used to pick on me because I didn't have a mom. My teachers told them off for it, obviously, but they did it in the absolute worst way possible. They treated me like I was some kind of fragile object. Like if anyone breathed on me the wrong way, I'd just shatter. I hated that. It was worse than the bullying, really. It made me want to never go to school again. It was really hard for me back then. I even took out my frustrations on Dad and Aunt Stacy. I was like, why don't I have a mom? Where did she go? Did you make her go away? I feel really guilty about that. It wasn't their fault.
Oh, you poor, sweet, innocent little thing. I can tell it's been hard for you, but it's all right now. Mommy's coming home.
It is all right now. I'm fine without you. Dad works really hard during the week in order to make sure we have everything we need. Even still, he always leaves his weekends and holidays open to spend with me. He cooks me dinner, takes me places. We have a lot of fun together. And since my Aunt Stacy comes here during the week when he's not here, I'm never alone at home. Plus, elementary school was rough for me, but I'm in middle school now, so the people around me are way more mature. No one makes fun of me for not having a mom anymore, and I've actually made a lot of friends. So I'm perfectly happy both at home and at school now.
But imagine if you had your mommy with you too, then you'd be even happier. Don't you think so?
No, actually I don't. I've already told you a bunch of times I don't have a mom, and I'm just fine with that.
I think I'm going to start crying. I don't know what I need to say to make you understand.
Wow, what a coincidence. I was thinking the exact same thing. Maybe it would help if I said it this way. The fact that I don't have a mom, the struggles that came along with that, and the way that so many people came together to help me through it all, are a part of what made me the person I am today. I'm perfectly happy with the way things are. In other words, I don't need some random person forcing their way into my life and mucking it all up.
Hey, hold on. I am not some random person. You may not remember much about me, but that doesn't change the fact that I am your mother. And as your mother, I deserve a lot more respect than you're giving me. I have been nothing but kind to you during this conversation.
Huh. Looks like your conversation didn't go exactly as you had hoped.
Clay, is it you again?
Yep. Sally had a really satisfied look on her face when she handed me back my phone just now. And looking through your conversation, it looks like she said all that she had to say. What an eloquent girl. I'm impressed.
Impressive? That's what you call impressive? Didn't you see the way she was talking to me? Me, her mother. Is that how you raised her, Clay? I knew it. A man raising a child on his own is a recipe for disaster.
I don't really want to hear that from you. After all, it's your fault that I was put in a position where I had to raise her as a single man. What do you think gives you the right to comment on the way I raised her?
Duh, isn't it obvious? She's my daughter. I'm her mother. The only reason she was so rude to me was because you have been gaslighting her into believing I'm some kind of monster. How could you turn my own daughter against me?
Do you even know what gaslighting means? The problem here is that telling Sally the plain truth about what you did would be enough to make her hate you. But I can honestly say we don't hate you anymore. We don't care about you at all.
Don't talk like that.
Oh, would you like me to talk about something else? How about the fact that the only reason you're crawling back to us is that you need a lot of money fast?
What?
The guy you left me for left you too, didn't he? And when he left you with a big fat pile of debt.
How did you find out about that?
I heard about everything from a lawyer friend of mine. So your plan was to use Sally as emotional blackmail in order to get me to take you back. Then once I did, you were gonna suck me dry. Do I have that right?
No, that's not right at all.
Oh yeah? Then go on, I'm listening. Why did you choose to text me so suddenly after 10 years?
I don't know. I guess I didn't really have much of a reason.
Right. Sure, whatever. It doesn't matter anyway. No matter what reason you might have to reach out to me, neither Sally nor I want anything to do with you. So stay away from us. Got it? Goodbye.
Hey, hold it right there. This conversation is not finished. Clay!
She kept on sending more and more obnoxious texts after that, so I blocked her number again. If she went out and got another new phone number just to harass us, I was planning on going to the police and reporting her for stalking. Fortunately, though, I didn't have to do that. Why is that, you may ask? Well, a few days after I blocked her number, she got arrested for trespassing and breaking and entering. Apparently, she broke into the house that we used to live in back when she first left us. I guess she didn't know that I had moved back into my parents' house in the meantime. That was a recommendation from my sister Stacy, and boy, am I glad I listened to her. I feel really bad for the people we sold the house to. They didn't deserve to get dragged into this. I gotta say, I was pretty moved when I read through the conversation that Sally had with Maria. I had no idea that she felt that way about me. I hate that my issues with her mother have caused her so much trouble in her young life, but that all just makes me want to work twice as hard to ensure that she always feels loved and never feels alone. Sometimes I feel like it would genuinely be good for her to have a mother figure in her life, You know, someone that she can actually call her mother. But I also know that I can't just go out and marry any willing woman. She's gonna have to be okay with taking on the heavy responsibility of being a stepmother. And, more importantly, she's going to have to be someone who Sally can love and respect as her mother. In the meantime, though, Sally and my sister Stacy are having a great time together.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.